And you're going to say, what in the heck is all this junk rattling around back here in my new car's trunk? Well, your owner's manual is going to be right over there. Your license plate bracket is there, which I will never use because I'm not going to punch holes through the front of the car. Uconnect book up there. Some piece of paper about nothing. And then you're going to find your front rock guards. Now, the silly thing about these rock guards is I don't know why the dealer doesn't install these. It really seems to me as if they should put these on at the dealership. I have no idea why they just pitch them in the trunk. Now, I don't know if it's just my dealership that does this or if this is the way all the Dodge dealerships do it, but the two of these that I've bought, the two wide bodies, have never had these attached. And you definitely want them. It doesn't take away from the cosmetic appearance in my opinion, and it does give you additional protection for your rocker panels with these big fat 305 tires. Now, as you know, on the other wide body, I did order a set from ZL1 add-ons for the rear. I've forgotten I left them on the old car, so I ordered another set that I'll be putting on this. If you want to see the demonstration of that install, go back in my videos, probably 9 months or so, and you'll find that video for the install. Back to these front ones. I'm glad that they come with the car. They're really heavy duty. They're very rigid, very strong. I love that. The problem is they don't give you the tool to install it, which is just crazy. They do give you the rivets, and these are a plastic rivet. As you can see here, they give you a whole bag of them. But the problem is they don't give you the tool. And you can't do these without the tool because this works like a regular rivet. And I'll grab another one over here so I can kind of demonstrate for you how it kind of works. But this is what one looks like. This is a different size, but because I did have to buy the tool, and I bought the tool with all the additional rivets in it. But that's what it looks like, and it works quite a bit like an aluminum or a steel rivet. But this is your tool. And basically what you do with these is you insert this in, and then you pull it, or you clamp down on it with your hand. And then what happens is it ends up popping this rivet off. So you can see it will have those little catches back behind the plastic that you're putting it through. So they're nifty, yes, but why they don't just install it at the dealership just blows my mind. And then you have to go buy this tool. Now, I found this tool on Harbor Freight. They're less than $15 at last check. I think I paid $13 for it back then. Everything's gone up so much in the past year, it's hard to tell what they are now, but I would assume they're somewhere still around $15. So you will need this. I don't believe on the last car I did a demonstration how this is done. So I'm going to go show you on this car how these are done. But you're going to have to go to Harbor Freight or somewhere to get that tool first. And I believe it's called a plastic rivet tool if I remember correctly. But let's get to the front of this car and install these rock guards. All right, so this Charger only has 44 miles on it right now. It just came home from the dealership, so I've never cold started it before. Let's see if this thing sounds as good as the 2021 did that we just traded in. So let's fire this baby up and see how she sounds. And these iPhones never pick up the deep rumble that these Hemis put out, but we'll get it as good as we can. Sounds pretty much the same as the other one. Let's now go back up here because we're going to have to turn the steering wheel to the right to do the right front tire. All right, now that we've got the steering wheel turned all the way to the right for the passenger side one, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this down a little bit. Look at all that gravel. Get a little debris that we might have picked up on the way home from the dealership off of here. And these are not marked, but they're very obvious which one goes where. So you'll see it'll fit right here. You'll be able to see there's some holes. Right here, here. Now on the lower three, these three, you are going to have to pop these push pins out first. If you have these tools, life will be much easier. If you can just get them started just a little bit where this recess is, it'll make things a little easier. Tool does make it easier. Don't pry against your paint. You can save those for later for something else. So you'll just want to put this in the tool, line it up, and maybe get the first hole first, stick it in all the way, and then just pull. And it snips it off flush. So now you're lined up for all the rest of them. So now all you want to do is just repeat the process with the other four, and then head to the other side, turn the steering wheel to the left, and finish the project. It's quite simple, quite easy. Again, Dodge, why don't you give us the tool or just install them at the dealership? But anyway, so that's really it. It's really about a 10-minute project, not difficult whatsoever. All right, thought I'd bring you back for just a second, now that I got both of them installed, and just kind of show you what they look like. They actually look I think they look good. But they sure will protect that lower rocker panel, and they do not take away from the look of the car at all. So there you go. That's a wrap. Catch you next time right here on Dad's Garage.